Well, happy Monday. We've made it to the afternoon, and as of this afternoon, our last 24-hour wind gusts are pretty noticeable. I mean, we've seen wind gusts as high as upper 30s in some places. The wind is definitely out there. It's mostly a northerly wind, and it's got things feeling a bit cool today. Temperatures out the door, 36, and again, here on our sensor, on our Callaway bank camera, out of the northwest, anywhere between 10 to 15 miles per hour, right around the noon hour. So that's what we're seeing, and we're likely going to notice those winds taper off a bit as we get towards the evening, but we've got a few hours left of some breezy conditions. So expect that the rest of the afternoon, and temperatures are going to likely not look much different than where they are currently as well. We're in the upper 30s. That's where I expect us to stop for the day, despite plenty of sunshine. It's going to be feeling pretty chilly out there, especially when you factor in those winds. It likely feels like 20 as well throughout the evening hours. So if you're going out to do any kind of holiday activities here on a Monday evening, it's going to be pretty chilly. You're going to want that big coat with you. It's certainly a big change from what we were feeling going into the weekend. And we are warming right back up as we get through the middle to end of the work week. By the time we get to Friday, things are pretty nice, 69 degrees. I'm not going to rule out 70. I might as well be 70 at that point. And then we're looking at temperatures maybe back down towards seasonable conditions by the time we get to the weekend. But as we typically expect, we're riding that roller coaster of temperatures. This is a live look, again, right around 12:30 of what we're seeing across much of the country. This is that rain that we tried to see earlier in the weekend, but that really saw much more moisture, and so we saw thunderstorms off towards our southeast. That's pushing away. We are seeing the same concern we've seen for the past couple of days, is a lot of dry air. And that's really what kind of kept us a little on the drier side. And then what's also going to keep us a bit on the drier side as we head into Tuesday, where we are tracking our next system, our next chance for not only rain, but maybe even a little bit of wintry mix as we get into Tuesday. So we'll track that out here hour by hour. Later this afternoon, we're still expecting dry conditions, mostly clear skies, maybe a few high clouds, but winds out of the northwest. And that's really, again, keeping things cooler and keeping us dry. As we head into the overnight hours, we'll notice our winds will shift a little bit. Temperatures will bottom out in the low 20s. Winds will die down a bit, but they'll shift more so out of the south, and that will precede our next chance for a little precipitation. Again, this is our next wave moving in. We could see a few flakes perhaps as we get in the early morning hours, although I'm not really counting on this. We've got a lot of dry air in place at the surface, and although we've got moisture aloft, and that's what you're seeing here on Future Track, it's battling a lot of dry air. Really, I think the better chance for some of this stuff to make it to the ground maybe later in the afternoon as that kind of wave passes off towards the south and the east. That's really where the better moisture, I think, is going to lie. If we check out humidity tracker, you can see that picture a bit more clearly. Again, folks looking at pretty dry conditions, whoa, there comes that green. Again, that's that better chance for actually some of the stuff making it to the ground, because again, where you're seeing brown, that's where things are pretty dry, and that's where it's going to take a lot more moisture to get some flakes and maybe even a few sprinkles to the ground. So it doesn't look like it's going to be much of a concern travel-wise. We've got a small chance there on Tuesday. You could see some flakes. I wouldn't be surprised if you do. It's going to be pretty, and it's going to make it feel much more like December, but it won't last long and it won't be very impactful. Heading into Wednesday, we're back up into the 50s, and then Thursday, the 60s. Friday, we're nearing 70. I think some folks are going to get there, and as we head into the weekend, we're looking at another wave heading our way that could bring us our next chance for rain.